This is a quick video to show you how to add icons to the new unified interface in Dynamics 365. So I've downloaded the Metro Studio 5 app, which has a whole bunch of icons that are very useful for Dynamics 365, and I've done a search up here with the word checkbox, and I found an icon that will work for my, I'm adding this for a custom compliance rules. So we have compliance and onboarding rules for things anywhere from an I-9 to a hepatitis B titer if you're in the medical industry. So what I'm going to do is click that I want to add this. Now there's a few settings here you want to make sure you get right. One is you want to set your pixels to 32. We found setting the padding to 0 works the best. You want to set your background shape to transparent, and you want to set your color to black, which can be done by clicking over here, or you can enter this data to do that. Then what you want to do is export this as a vector graphic. So I want to go down here and pick scalable vector graphic. You want to make sure you pick that, and I'm going to call this compliance rule, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. So the next step is going to be going into Dynamics CRM and adding this to the entity. The next step is going to be to go into Dynamics 365 and actually add this to an entity. So I'm going to go into Dynamics 365, and this is just one of our sandbox environments, so it's got a whole bunch of extra things in it, and go over to settings, and then I'm going to go over to solutions. Now you might just want to customize your system directly. In this case, I'm putting this into a solution to deploy it to our customers potentially. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the solution that I want to work with, and then I'm going to go to web resources and select that I want to add a new web resource. And so this new web resource I want to add, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is actually a SVG format. I'm going to go ahead and choose the file. So it's the compliance rule checkbox. I'm going to select that I want that, and I'm just going to call this compliance rule SVG. I'm just going to call it SVG to make sure that people know that it's the new format. Go ahead and type that there. I've already gone and chosen the file. Now if you do have the reason to do multiple languages, in this case I really don't, it'll be the same, and if we're deploying in French or other languages. So I'm not going to set that, and I'm going to set this as going to be available for mobile devices, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then I'm going to select that I want to publish the customizations once I add this actually to the entity. So I'm going to go back here and go to my entities, and then I'm going to go to the entity that I want to add this to, which is a custom rule. And when I select custom rule, you'll see I have a button up here, which is to update the icons. I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to select that I want to update the unified interface icon. So from here I can go ahead and select the actual item that I want to add to that. So the prefix of the things I was using were PACO for PA consulting. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to select PACO compliance rule. I'm going to pick that and click OK. And what that's going to do is attach that to the entity. And then from here, what I can do is if I go back to my solution, I can publish all my customizations. And then after I publish all those customizations, I'll go back and show you what that looks like in the new unified interface. So the last step here is to go back into Dynamics 365 and take a look at this. Again, this is a sandbox environment. There's kind of a lot of extra things in this you wouldn't necessarily have. But if I go into my navigation, I can now see that that checkbox has been added into my custom rules entity. And there's some other features now in the new interface, so I can see like my recently used things. So I've got California W4 documents, hepatitis B titers, drug screens. So these are some of the different custom rules that I have in the system. But again, this checkbox has now been applied, and when I go into my custom rules section and see my list of different things that we can have, that icon also shows up inside of the entity. So hopefully this helps save you some time when you're trying to add the new icons to the Dynamics 365 unified interface. As a little bit of added bonus content, I'll also show you how this works on a mobile device. So pretty much anything you build on Dynamics 365 now is going to work well on a mobile device. I'm actually on an iPhone 10 now. I'm projecting to my laptop where I'm able to interact with different things like maps. But I'm going to scroll down and take a look. So you can see here that if I select this, that the checkbox has also been deployed to my mobile devices. I did check that box, so you'll see that by adding these icons, they're available not only on a full desktop application, but for your mobile users as well.